All right, everybody, welcome back to the Rock and Roll Rebel Show, and it's all types of stuff popping off out there. You know what I'm saying? They got Fani Willis, or Fani Willis. She's out there testifying. She just decided to show up and testify. They didn't even expect her to testify today. And of course, you still have the CIA bombshell spying on Trump. How they handed over documents to, I guess, the United Kingdom, the Five Eyes, Australia, and all them. Are the ones that, I guess, spy. So the CIA said, we can't spy on Trump, so we're going to send this to you. It was 26 Trump's associates. So we definitely going to get into all that. I mean, it's wild out here what's going on. I guess we are waking it up. We're waking it up. It's a beautiful thing, and there's nothing going to stop us. Remember, you in the jungle. Protect yourselves at all times. That's the only thing we can do. Get out and vote. Super Tuesday's coming up. I advise everybody to go out. If you are not a voter, be a voter. You know what I'm saying? It's the only way we're going to get this back. And there's all types of stuff going on. The national security threat. Remember the national security threat? Turns out that came from the White House. That Republican rhino, what was his name? Walker something, who put out the memo. He's the one that ran it by the White House because they want to give all this money to Ukraine. What's going on in Ukraine that they're so worried about? A lot of people say there's a lot of weird stuff going on in Ukraine. They say there's biolabs. They say there's trafficking of humans. I mean, so we got to figure this out. We got to come together as Americans, baby. And we're winning. I think we're winning because they're upset. They're upset. We're proving everything wrong, the lies, the WMDs. So, but I definitely want to start off with this whole CIA thing because, like JFK said, you know, he wants to split them up into 1,000 pieces of wood and split them into the night. You know what I'm saying? But they killed that man. They killed that man. Lee Harvey Oswald hung out the window, 4 feet out the window to shoot Kennedy, and then the bullet shot to security, everything else. But if you want to get into conspiracy theories, you look into that. But, I mean, we want to get on this Fani Willis. How ratchet is she, bro? She is ratchet. And they're trying to bring down a president. She couldn't even be in a room with a president. She's so ratchet. She's handing out money. Everything's cash. Everything's cash. I got the best quote of them all. Here's the best quote of them all. I don't like wine. I like Grey Goose. End of quote. It was wild. Fani got cash. I was so intrigued with it. The Wade guy was sweating the whole time. He drank like 17 bottles of water and didn't piss once. So they know they're busted. The Georgia case is over. Trump was also in New York for, I guess, Stormy Daniels' hush money payment. Michael Cohen, the lawyer that paid her, signed the NSD. He already got caught lying. So this is all the stuff to try to get Trump. They don't want Trump in because they're worried about this binder. They want this binder, I guess, when John Brennan, he was the head of the CIA at the time, with Barack Obama, was spying on a presidential campaign. They all thought Hillary Clinton was going to win. And even Putin came out, and Putin today said that he was for Joe Biden. He was also for Hillary Clinton. Because Trump's the wild card. They didn't know what Trump was going to do. You know what I'm saying? The rest of them are all in on it. You know what I'm saying? They're all the uniparty. They're all in on it. But we're winning, baby. We're winning. Hopefully we in 4K. I adjusted some settings. 1080p. I think I was in 4K, but that's neither here nor there. I want to get into this. This is about 8 minutes long. I'm going to put it up the full screen. And it's a little history lesson from the Central Intelligence Agency of how corrupt they've been this whole time. They got dark money. Everybody's like, they got dark money and all that. So we're going to get this going. I've been rambling on way too long. So we're going to pull this up. This is from Jesse Waters. But you also got to follow Matt Taibbi and Schellenberger. They're the one on a Substack that supposedly they got sources. And also the Dan Bongino has a source. So they're out there. We're winning, baby. We're winning. That's the only thing I can say is that we're winning. We're on the up and up. So if you like me and you like winning, make sure you like and sub up to this page. We're trying to grow. We're just going to do a daily news show. That's all we do. We give you the news. What's wrong with that? We give you the real news, not the fake news. I don't care about Dunkin' Donuts. I don't care about Taylor Swift. You leave that for the normal folks. You know what I'm saying? The real ones gather here. If you're real, you gather here. Real recognizes real. Steel sharpens steel. Can I quote that? I wonder if that's copyrighted. I don't know. But I said it first. You know what I'm saying? I said it first. But let's get this going. Let's get this going. I don't even think I pulled this up yet, did I? So we're going to get this going. And it's real wild out here. It's real wild out here. You got to protect yourselves at all times. As you know, that's rule number one of the Rock and Roll Rebel Show. It's rule number one. All right, let's put this up on the big screen. We'll watch this. Like I said, it's 8 minutes. Let's get into it. And the only way we're going to learn is if we learn together. So that's what we're going to do. I will be here on the other side of the flip side, baby.
In the 1950s, President Dwight Eisenhower announced that he was naming the first civilian director in the history of the CIA. His name was Allen Dulles, and Dulles had one order: eliminate communism. But under Dulles, the CIA morphed into Washington's most powerful agency, built up by a league of ruthless assassins, operating under the orders to protect capitalism from the Soviet menace. Dulles became power-hungry. Just months into his term, Dulles green-lighted Operation PB Success, a coup to take out Guatemala's democratically elected leader, Jacobo Arbenz, and replace him with a military dictator. Why? To serve as a vanguard for corporate interests. You see, they needed to protect the profits of the United Fruit Company. They were under threat of having their land confiscated under the Arbenz administration. And the CIA has never shied away from government overthrow, from Iran to the Congo to South Vietnam. The CIA has never changed until recently, when they began interfering in American elections. And when it happened, it was called a conspiracy theory.
The biggest scandal was when they spied on my campaign. They spied on my campaign.
There's no real evidence of that.
Of course there is.
No.
It's all over the place. Leslie,
Sir,
they spied on my campaign and they got caught.
Can I say something? You know, this is 60 Minutes, and we can't put on things we can't verify.
You won't put it on because it's bad for Biden.
We can't put on things we can't verify.
Leslie, they spied on my campaign.
Well, we can't verify that.
It's been totally verified.
No.
It's been, just go down and get the papers. They spied on my campaign. They got caught.
Barack Obama said everything was done by the book.
I guarantee that there is no political influence in any investigation conducted by the Justice Department or the FBI, not just in this case, but in any case.
Now, Obama isn't the first politician to lie and won't be the last. Last night, we brought you a bombshell report from journalists Michael Schellenberger and Matt Taibbi that allege Obama's CIA not only was involved in the Russia hoax, they started it.
The story, as you mentioned, was that, oh, we were just informed by foreign intelligence about this. Our sources tell us a very different story, which is that this was initiated by the U.S. government. It came from within the U.S. government's intelligence community, including the CIA.
According to this report, Obama's CIA director, John Brennan, asked our English-speaking allies to target the Trump campaign, handing these foreign intelligence agencies a target list of 26 Trump associates. These 26 Trump associates were to be bumped, meaning they would be approached by assets, bumped into, and these interactions and relationships would be reported to the FBI as suspicious. These were people the CIA considered easy marks, like George Papadopoulos, 20-year-old. Foreign spies didn't discover evidence of Trump-Russia collusion and turn it over to the feds. Foreign spies were assigned by Obama's CIA to create a false impression of collusion, to trigger an FBI counterintelligence investigation. Obama's CIA worked with Hillary's foreign agents in London to hatch the hoax, which led to the FBI investigation, the illegal wiretapping, the Mike Flynn sting, and then when Trump caught wind of it, the Comey firing. And then Comey leaks the memos which triggered the Mueller investigation. Now, the Mueller investigation was designed to cover up for Obama and Hillary and tee up impeachment. It failed on impeachment, but the cover-up worked. Until now. New reporting by Matt Taibbi and Michael Schellenberger revealed that House investigators had discovered the root causes, but their investigation and all of their documents were confined to secure rooms in Langley. And when Trump was leaving office in those hectic final days, he attempted to declassify this material, which started a battle between former CIA Director Gina Haspel, the Department of Justice, and the National Archives. The report says someone may have taken this binder of material exposing the entire intelligence community out of Langley. And it may have been what the FBI was looking for when they raided Mar-a-Lago. Others say that's not true. But the point remains that the Obama-Biden White House, their CIA and FBI director, launched an illegal preemptive war against democracy, got caught, and have been covering it up for 8 years. Schellenberger and Taibbi also say redacted FOIA documents suggest that Biden has been conspiring against Donald Trump with the intelligence community to prosecute the former president in federal court, which would be an impeachable offense. Matt Taibbi is the Ratchet News editor-in-chief and Griftopia author. So this is great reporting. It's hard to verify because, you know, we were told that this special counsel, Durham, was going to get to the bottom of it. Are you saying he missed this?
We were told that the scope of the Durham investigation was limited to a few areas and that he wasn't looking at this particular direction. The information that we have, the investigation that was conducted by the House Permanent Select Committee on Investigations of Intelligence, what they found was a broad political espionage campaign, and there were two main conclusions that are at the center of our reports. One is that at least 26 Trump aides and associates were improperly and without predication placed under surveillance in the election year of 2016. And the other one is that these same folks cooked the intelligence for the January 6, 2017 intelligence community assessment, saying that Russia conducted an influence campaign to help Donald Trump. It's a WMD-style story. They suppressed dissenting opinions and created a false narrative.
So there's a lot of debate over this binder. Is there a binder? What's in the binder? Is it redacted? Who has it? Where is it? Is that why they conducted the raid? What's going on with these materials?
Well, it's a difficult story because we heard multiple versions of what the binder is, how many binders there are. We heard there are as many as 3. But we do know a couple of concrete things. We know that only a share of the HIPSI investigation ever got out. Of course, people are aware of the Nunes memo, which led to the investigation of abuses of FISA. We know that there was a report done into the origins of that intelligence community assessment, which supposedly never left a vault on the grounds of Langley. That's like a 17 to 20 page report that was confirmed by multiple sources. Apart from that, we were told there are numerous other investigative materials that may or may not be these binders that stories are referring to. But we know that there's a lot of stuff that didn't get out, that there were thousands of hours of investigation and their conclusions have not yet been declassified. Mm-hmm.
Well, this would just be another reason why they want to do everything they can to prevent Donald Trump from returning to the White House, because he'll blow the lid off of that. He tried to, wasn't able to at the very end, but caught him most of the time. I am interested in your reporting that there is, I guess, heavily redacted FOIA documents that suggest that Joe Biden has been collaborating with the intelligence community to prosecute these federal cases against Donald Trump. And we'll see how that shakes out. Matt, great reporting to you and Schellenberger. I suggest everybody go to your website, your Substack, and read it for yourself. Thanks again.
Oh, my. Oh, my. I don't know who's going to jail. You know what I'm saying? But it's right there. You can follow the Substack, of course. And it's very weird. It's very weird that they would come down to this, that the Central Intelligence Agency was spying on the Trump campaign. They didn't want Trump at all. He was an outsider. Remember, he was an outsider, and they didn't want him. And now they definitely don't want him. And then, of course, you have the Fani Willis thing. That's falling apart. She was paying cash for everything. You have Trump in New York. Trump was in New York today. They're getting him on saying his money isn't the right thing. Mar-a-Lago isn't valued at, whatever the value was. And then, of course, he has with the Friday, tomorrow, will come out the judge will rule how much Trump owes. Of course, he's appealing all that. That's all going to go to the Supreme Court to appeal that. And we're going to get down to the bottom of it all. We're going to get down to the bottom of it all and figure out what's real and what's not real. So at the end of the day, I mean, we're only in February. We're a couple days removed from Valentine's Day. Yesterday, Valentine's Day. So it's getting real. It's getting real. And I'm here for it all, baby. I'm here for it all. But let's get into this, too. I mean, of course, you had that national security threat. That turns out to be a hoax, too. That's the Joe Biden thing. And also the Joe Biden Justice Department with the Hunter Biden thing, that Schwimmer guy who was the FBI leak to Hunter Biden and Burisma and all that. They arrested him today. And then, of course, the news is all like, oh, they arrested him, so it proves that Hunter Biden was innocent. No, it doesn't. It's just Joe Biden's thing arresting somebody. There's no trial. He hasn't been to trial yet. So they're just arresting everybody. They're arresting anybody that's MAGA, anybody that's seeking the truth. And the vibrations are out there. And the whole thing with the Russian nuclear weapons in space, bro. Get out of here. Real ones know. I already know about space. I know about space. Some people don't know about space. Some people, they think it's space just is space. So, but let's play this here. Let's play this cornball right here. Talking about how they're going to, and also, too, Mike Johnson, too, which I guess is a good thing. The House rested. So the House is not coming back, I believe, till next week. They want this Ukraine money. And I think this is what it was, because Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, said he wasn't giving no money to Ukraine. He wants the border secure. I'm not 100% in on him, but this is a good move. He's like, all right, we're just going to rest. Congress doesn't do anything anyway, really. When's the last time they helped out Americans? I can't remember the last time they helped out Americans, but here's Kirby out here begging. He's begging, talking about the space stuff, and then he switches it over to Ukraine and Russia. So it was all a hoax. I think it was just trying to scare people. They were just trying to scare people into the House voting. So you got to stay based. It's the only way we're going to get things done. It's the only way we're going to get things done. And they're going to throw a lot of bullshit out. They're going to throw a lot of lies, a lot of bullshit out to try to trick us as American citizens. What we want to worry about is the border. The border is our biggest problem right now because they're bringing in who knows who. Who knows who is coming in, and they're going to let illegal aliens, immigrants come in, beat up New York City cops, and then give them no bail and just send them on their way. But they want to arrest Donald Trump. So let's pull this up right here. And this is just them out here grifting. They're grifting for the cash, baby. Cash rules everything around me, they say.
While I am limited by how much I can share about the specific nature of the threat, I can confirm that it is related to an anti-satellite capability that Russia is developing. While I am limited by how much...
So they're talking about it's a satellite. If you know anything about space, I mean, they could just send a ICBM up, right? Intercontinental ballistic missile, and nuke it. And they would take out all the satellites if they were up there, right? Right? EMP, right? So they just, everything is, our history is not our history. I'm into Tarkania. If you know anything, that's my great thing. It's like, I even did a thing on YouTube of like, if you look into the 50 state capitals, how they were built, we don't even build stuff like that no more. So I don't know if that's from a flood or what, or whatever. But the more you get into certain stuff, the more you realize that maybe, I guess some people would say there's a creator. I say there's a God, but that's just me. Because if you just look around and you're like, wait a minute, none of this adds up. It doesn't add up. So I don't want to get too far deep into it. But let's get into this Fani Willis, man. This Fani Willis is Ratchet. She's a ghetto superstar, baby. She a ghetto superstar. I think she perched herself on the stand too, because I guess you're not allowed to take campaign money for yourself. So I mean, it's just so wild. She had her friend out there that had a falling out. I guess she got fired. So I don't know if that's the friend just got fired and is taking shots at Fani, but Fani the whole time on the stand, being asked questions, filibustering. She's not real. She's not real, and you can see she's not real. She's not very educated. It makes me go to think, like back growing up, I was like a lawyer. You know, they're smart. They know this. I think it's like anybody else. I mean, you got to put this where everything else is. If somebody else is doing it, 100% you can do it. I mean, there's certain things that I know you probably can't do. I can't do. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't run a 4.4. I can't run a 4.4. So there are limitations, but I guess Fani Willis faked it till she made it. So let's put her up on the big screen and make sure you do like and subscribe, baby. Like and subscribe. So here she is. She's on the stand, and he's wild. I could not get enough of her today. I could not get enough of her.
But I always have cash at the house. That has been, I don't know, all my life. If you're a woman and you go on a date with a man, you better have $200 in your pocket.
Facts.
So if that man acts up, you can go where you want to go.
Facts.
So I keep cash in my house, and I don't keep cash as good in my purse like I used to. 'Cause I don't go on many dates, but when you go on a date, you should have cash in your pocket.
So my question was, where did that cash originally come from? If it didn't come out of the bank?
Cash is fungible. We've had cash
Fungible.
for years.
That's
in
a
my
good
house.
word.
So for me to tell you the source of when it comes from, when you go to Publix and you buy something, you get $50, you throw it in there. It's been my whole life. When I took out a large amount of money on my first campaign, I kept some of the cash of that. Like, to tell you, I just have cash in my house. I don't have as much today as I would normally have, but I'm building back up now. So you just put money in. It's a very good practice. I would advise it to all women.
So you can't identify when you came into this cash or where the cash came from?
I didn't say I couldn't identify it. No, nobody gives me anything. I am sure that the source of the money is always the work, sweat, and tears of me. What you asked me for is, when did the money go in there? What I am trying to tell you is, so I got divorced in 2005 from my husband. No. It's important. You said, where did the money come from? And I need to tell you where the money came from. And so for many, many years, I have kept money in my house. That money in my worst days has probably only been $500 or $1,000. At my best days, I probably had $15,000 in my house at cash. At all times, there's going to be cash in my house or wherever I'm laying my head.
The money that you paid Mr. Wade, the cash, in October of 2022, you do not know where that money came from?
I do know where it came from. It came from my sweat and tears.
You know which job it came from? Did it come from Fulton County or did it come from a private job?
It came from, what are you talking about? So it could have come from a private job, because before I was DA, I was in private practice. So I earned money during that time period that's probably in there.
You don't know
could
what?
have.
She's all over the place. She's all over the place, definitely. And it's wild. It's wild to think that. But yeah, I mean, I understand her. You got to keep a little money, you know. If you're a woman, you got to keep a little money. You know, you're out on a date, keep a little cash money around. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the independent women. I feel bad for y'all. You know what I'm saying? The best advice is to have family, have children. That's the life to live. That's the life to live. I see a lot of TikToks of like divorced women and stuff, and they're like 40s and 50s and stuff. Saying like, would you like me? You know what I'm saying? And then they do like the little fadeaway shot of them like in a underwear or something. Like, come on, bruh. Come on. You lost in life. You lost in life. The best thing to do is breed. It's the best thing to do. But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. I'm on a different level. And they indoctrinated a whole lot of women to be free and independent and not want to have kids and stuff. I'm telling you, that's the opposite thing of what you want to do. It's the opposite thing what you want to do. But I'm not out here saying what's right and what's wrong. But for me personally, I mean, kids is awesome. They're awesome. But let's get into this right here, because Donald Trump, of course, with Stormy Daniels. I don't understand the whole Trump and Stormy Daniels thing, how they're trying to bring this up. But here's our boy out here. We'll give him a couple minutes. He's going to speak. And they hate Trump, baby. They hate Trump.
So instead of being in South Carolina and other states campaigning, I'm stuck here. It's an election interference case. Nobody's ever seen anything like it in this country. It's a disgrace. It's a disgraceful situation, actually. And we'll just have to figure it out. I'll be here during the day and I'll be campaigning during the night. Biden should be doing the same thing, but he'll be sleeping.
Biden ain't going to do nothing, baby. Biden ain't going to do nothing. But that's our boy Trump. He's out there. You can go to my X page, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. We don't dead name it. You know what I'm saying? We don't dead name it. But thanks for tuning in, baby. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, God bless you all. Like and sub up, baby. Come on. We trying to do something here. Come on, baby. Let's go. It's time to rock and roll, baby. We want to rock and roll all night and party all day. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do around here. It's peace and love. It's peace and love. And I will see you all mañana, baby, right? Mañana? Is that what we do? Peace.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad. After her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a run at that. I think she's feeling me, turn it up a few degrees. My imagination of her body gets the best of me. Oh gosh, she's such a tease, bitten lips, bruised knees. I'm addicted to her, need her touching me, cause she got a bad little waist. And we tearing down this place, off the liquor that we chase. Casamigos to the face, baby, I don't need no space. Coming closer for a taste, and I'll show you how I make everything just fade away. Cause she's like sex, drugs, cocaine, body so insane. Jealous of the clothing that she wears up on a tight frame. All game, no shame, baby came here to play. I feel like an addict cause she's sex, drugs, cocaine. Got a fine little body and her mind's kinda naughty. They say that once you taste it, you cannot replace it. She could get you high, all the dopamine inside triggers fast once she's naked. Her body's a creation. They say the devil made her for his entertainment, but even he couldn't learn how to contain it. Her high heels make a damn good statement. There is no replacement, a body by Satan. Cause she got a bad little waist, and we tearing down this place. Off the liquor that we chase, Casamigos to the face, baby, I don't need no space. Coming closer for a taste, and I'll show you how I make everything just fade away. Cause she's like sex, drugs, cocaine, body so insane. Jealous of the clothing that she wears up on a tight frame. All game, no shame, baby came here to play. I feel like an addict cause she's sex, drugs, cocaine.